Thanks for joining us once again. This is Greg for Teslafaninsight. So today's focus is there's a show that we tried to do several months ago, did not work out well relative to the sound. So it has now become time to aggressively go after it once again. This is Greg for Teslafaninsight. Thanks once again for joining us. If this is your first time, welcome. If you're a repeat visitor, welcome back. We also want to thank our Patreon supporters. If this is your first time, we wanted to encourage you to join us for better ideas on investing and trading. So before we get to our primary topic today, I wanted to note that there was a recall by Tesla relative to the computer, 2 million vehicles. In that recall, it wasn't clear if they're going to do it over land or you're going to have to go back to the dealership. So I have to say there's some unknowns relative to it. What I wanted to do for our show today is that you already know what my mug looks like. I was eager to sort of let the traffic that's normal for this facility kind of go by, and we can kind of use that info. You're getting a lot of data as we just sit here. You're seeing salespeople, cars are being moved around, new cars in, new cars out, repair cars in and out. I just believe that there's some really smart people that are part of our show family. And as you guys see what's going on, I think that it gives you a chance to sort of make your assessment of what you think is going on or not. And, I think that's kind of interesting. The show that'll precede this one, we actually went through the whole facility. So in general, you could kind of count up how many vehicles are sitting around on the lot to kind of assess what you see going on. One of the strangest things about visiting service facilities is just the fact that I always assume I'm going to go and I'm not going to see things that are new and interesting, and therefore it can be kind of a waste of time. And so I definitely want to identify things that I think are unique and worth noting. One of them that I saw here is just the fact that we now have a number of, I've seen at least two women that, as we were driving around, that are now sort of service folks. Whoa, check that out. Oh, man. So what just pulled in is this is a new Cadillac, like brand spanking new. And for some reason, it's at the Tesla service facility. Remember I told you there's stuff you see or don't see, and etc. Now that's the quiz of the day. Wow. A brand new, call it $80,000 Cadillac EV just pulled in the facility. Obviously, there are a number of possibilities. Number one, they want to get rid of the Cadillac. Number two, they want to compare Cadillac versus others, and you can imagine what the other three might be, or other possibilities. But that was actually a treat. It's the first time I've seen some white copies of the vehicle you just saw. I have never seen the Cadillac EV truck before, and that was pretty cool. So I'm kind of jazzed by that. So our primary show topic today is that, as you know, Bill Gates and Elon have a rather challenging relationship right now. The basis of that relationship is the fact that I'm trying to give you guys, like I said, some video of what's going on. As you just saw, the Prius is the number one vehicle traded in for a Tesla, so it's interesting that it arrives. So what I wanted to look at today is what's going on with Bill Gates and Tesla. So right now, the folks, so Bill Gates and company are not getting along with Elon very well. And the reason is that there is a company called Quantumscape. It is located in a place called San Jose, California. Now, I actually watched a video where they were talking about like who and what Quantumscape is and what it does. What is interesting to me is that there's a beef that's developed between Quantumscape is not CEO'd by Bill Gates, but he's a large investor in it and a proponent of it. He even went so far as to, he actually brought the former CTO, J.B. Straubel, onto the board of that company. So his effort to sort of steal talent from Tesla to help get Quantumscape rolling well is what's going on. Now, the issue with Quantumscape is the value of the stock has fallen 90% in the past week or past year. And the reason is that the concept that Quantumscape has been working on is that they're trying to successfully get to market with sort of the next level of batteries. And it, the feeling that the transition. So the big transition everybody's waiting on is for somebody to figure out how to do solid state batteries successfully. It has a lot of properties that make it superior to lithium ion. It can charge faster without issues. The materials used don't cost as much and are as hard to find as lithium. There are people who have it working right now, so it does indeed work. The problem, though, is that nobody's been able to get it to work for, if you will, regular consumers. So, for example, the biggest regular users of this is there's a company in China, I think it's BYD, that's running this bus. And what the bus does is it will actually pull up to a bus stop, drive 3 blocks, and then open its doors so passengers can enter, while at the same time it starts to charge. So the solid state battery works, but one of the problems is that it can charge very quickly, but you can't hold much of a charge. So these are the type of issues that are being worked on, if you will, and not yet successfully. So again, this is an experiment that I'm doing right now with us having movement of cars, et cetera, going on. I would love your feedback on this because it gives us a lot more information for you guys to gather on your own, which you can see, and I don't have to articulate my opinion of it, and you can glean things based on your knowledge of the cars, et cetera. So I am eager to hear what you guys have to say about my choice of keeping the camera on the front door and then you guys sharing your opinion. So what happened then is Bill Gates thought Quantumscape was going to work. The problem was that the reason why the stock price fell 90% is that it has not worked. So we've had a bunch of management flips and people leaving and coming, and the net is that it's turned out not to be much of a threat to Tesla. But in the meantime, there's a guy named Bill Gates, and Bill thought it was going to work for sure, so he decided to take $500 million and short Tesla stock. The result of him doing that is that, Elon learned about what he did and was pissed off about it. So he happened to call Elon regarding some climate change contribution that he was trying to get help on. And Elon's response to him was, wait a second, you're trying to bankrupt my company by getting short on it in a large way. Why would I invest or try to support you on anything you're doing? So needless to say, that was a no, like no way Jose, no thank you. So where we are right now is that Quantumscape still exists. It has major partners. The major auto partner they have, I believe, is actually VW. Will it work and will it go out there and do things? Well, the stock hasn't gone below $6 or $7 a share, so it hasn't been delisted yet. But I have to say I'm kind of stunned. The reason I'm stunned is that there's a guy named Elon Musk. Elon went to Stanford, and guess what his PhD topic was after he left UPenn? You guessed it, solid state batteries. So I actually quizzed one of my PhDs from MIT friends, and he informed me that I asked him, well, what happens if quantum or solid state, I keep saying quantum, I apologize. The question that's arriving is, what happens if we suddenly have a switch to a solid state battery, and Elon has built all these facilities relative to the new form factor 4680, etc. And the response I got was, it don't matter, because if a new form factor comes in, it's really easy for Tesla to adopt that and modify their facilities to support production of batteries in that space. So sort of that's the answer that I got, and I like it. So where we are now in this whole thing is that, nope, Tesla / Elon were not bankrupted by the new battery developed by Quantumscape. Quantumscape is falling apart. I think in the next 6 months, they'll end up having a stock price so low that they'll get delisted in the process. And so that's my assessment of what I think is going to occur. So I'm sort of running through all this with you because they are billionaires. They're some of the richest people in the world. They are sort of battling. The final part of this conversation that I wanted to review with you was when Elon Musk asked our friend Mr. Gates, why did you do that? He said, it was just a business opportunity. So his being part of bankrupting Tesla for him was simply a business opportunity, and Elon didn't think of it as a business opportunity. He felt it was a direct attack, and he's had to fend off a lot of things in order to keep the company going well. And Bill Gates is another one of those things. He's fended off nicely. So I wanted to bring this forward because it articulates the fact that there are a lot of entities shooting at Tesla trying to sort of bring its demise. The final part of our talk today is I wanted to review our sine curve discussion. So as you may recall, there's actually a concept in investing called buy the news, sell, if you will, sell the delivery. So we saw the nice push up in the stock price, heavily influenced by the arrival of the Cybertruck. And now that that's arrived, we're now starting to ease back into the reality of where we are relative to production by Tesla and what our sales are looking like. And so I would say that based on what I'm seeing on a lot right now, I would say that there are vehicles that are selling because we know that Tesla really likes to ship only what's been ordered. So I think that's probably a third to a half of what we're seeing. The other thing Tesla likes to do is to push production at the end of the quarter. That way they can help to boost the number of sales based on an end of the quarter numbers that might come out. So I would say, hey, our production is booming from the two factories. The next question is, are we selling what we'd like to see happen? And therefore we get to see the profits from that. At any rate, I wanted to lastly jump into our health tip for the day. Just a reminder, don't forget your 25 leg list per leg, every morning to strengthen your quad muscles. Also wanted to encourage you to consider, I was going to suggest, I know you guys don't like to hear it, but prior to lovemaking, we definitely want to encourage you to eat a very light salad, because that way you don't have the digestion big time impacting your enjoyment. I like the the white Y that just came in, it looks like it's owned by, or being driven and slash owned by one of the service techs. So I thought that was kind of cool to see him flow in with the car. Tinted out in the rear, looks nice. This looks like another service vehicle situation in red in front of us. So, any rate, just a reminder, don't forget your 25 leg lifts, and also wanted to encourage you to do a 20-minute walk on a daily basis, even if we're in the holiday season, as a way to maintain health and fitness. At any rate, this is Greg for Teslafaninsight. Tschüss, au revoir, la hit road. Hoda hafez, здравствуйте, ni hao ma, Chinese, здравствуйте, Russian, namaste, Hindi, arrivederci, Spanish. In Jamaica, we say, enough respect, walk good man. Thanks for joining us. Have a great day, and bye for now from our Tesla facilities here in Tyson's Corner, Virginia. All right.